Well, good evening, friends of the Dad and Lad podcast. Thank you for joining us tonight. Micah and I are going to discuss well, I would say the domination, when all is said and done, of the Southern Cal Trojans that took place last Saturday. And I got a new segment that we're going to introduce tonight. We're not going to do the Boston College preview yet. We'll wait on that for next week because we have a well-deserved bye week Saturday. Thank the Lord, I'm ready for a break. My voice needs a break. My heart needs a break. But there's a lot of other good football on Saturday. If you are new here, welcome again. If you would like this video, either on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you hit that notification bell on YouTube so you're made aware every time we go live, or give us a share on Facebook. We certainly appreciate it. Want to give a shout out to our listeners and followers who listen to the podcast. 16 5-star ratings all of a sudden. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate that. If you'd leave us another 5-star rating and a comment telling us if we're doing an okay job or not, we appreciate it. A little feedback never hurt anyone. Speaking of feedback, I would say the feedback from Saturday night was somewhat positive. Micah, your thoughts on the 2025 USC game at night at Notre Dame Stadium in the rain?
It was loud and the defense was flying.
Defense was flying. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And it was loud.
Yeah.
The best thing about a rain game is it just takes everybody's inhibitions and sets them aside. People who would be reserved, hey, you're there, you're wet, you might as well have a good time. Even the people in the padded blue seats down below eventually stood during like the fourth quarter. I don't understand how our greatest rival you can't stand. But, hey, you pay good money for those seats, so I guess you should enjoy them. We, too, have padding on our seats, but we didn't sit.
Mm-mm.
Oh, no. Only during TV timeouts, little breaks, just to give ourselves a little breather. Micah, somewhat special. We got to take your friend Will to the game. We didn't know this when we asked him, but it was his first Notre Dame football game experience. He'd been tailgating before, never been out to a game. Hopefully we didn't embarrass him too much.
I don't think so.
No, because we were loud. We did not waste our seat. So Micah, obviously Notre Dame came away with a victory, 34-24 over the 20th ranked Trojans, who are now unranked. We move up to 12th in the AP poll. We will get preliminary playoff rankings the Tuesday after the Boston College game. We'll have a little bit to discuss on that later on in the show. But let's talk about the USC game. Micah, what stood out to you?
Offense or defense?
Let's start with offense.
Jeremiah Love had another career day with 228 yards.
I'd say so.
Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that stood out to me on the offensive side.
Yeah, obviously Jeremiah Love, that was a highlight. I mean, he set a record, just a week or two ago for highest yards in a game, which blew me away. And then, man, he came out firing on all cylinders, starting out on the first drive with a 63-yard run. I thought he was going to take it to the house, but got caught from behind, unfortunately. But yeah, he was a man possessed. We know he runs physically and violently. That's the most violent I've ever seen him run. I feel bad for every defensive back and linebacker that had to take him on, because he would lower his shoulder and just rip into the defense and get himself another 3 or 4 yards. So that was definitely a highlight. The biggest play of the game, Jadarian Price, only credited for a 100-yard kickoff return towards the end of the third quarter there, but I believe it was closer to 102 yards if we were actually keeping closer track. That was certainly a highlight. The defense was flying, like you said. Key plays by key players at key moments. Our best players stepped up in the time of need. We didn't have Gabriel Rubio. He's out with an elbow injury, but you wouldn't have known it. Everybody stepped up. Everybody stepped up. So let's go back to the offensive side of the board and let's talk about some of the things that we witnessed. First of all, CJ Carr, only 136 yards. Probably, I'd venture to say, his worst game of his young career here at Notre Dame. The weather did not help. As we were walking from the car to the stadium, it was raining cats and dogs. Big old raindrops, and it was like, oh boy, here we go. Here goes nothing. A little lightning, setback warm-ups just a little bit. We couldn't go into the bowl to sit for a little while, but gave us an opportunity to get something to eat and a beverage to get warmed up. And then eventually they let us in. And, something I noticed, I don't know if you noticed this, Micah. The band came out. They did not do the traditional songs at the beginning, but they went straight into the national anthem.
They didn't do America the Beautiful.
No America the Beautiful, no Hike Notre Dame or anything like that, no Irish fanfare. Went straight to the Star Spangled Banner. One thing I noticed, the USC kickers and holders
Stayed out there.
kept kicking.
Mm-hmm.
During the national anthem. Their coaches had to come over and say, hey, pay attention. And they dropped what they were doing. That's not to say anything about them. I know they're trying to get into the zone, and the whole pregame thing was all messed up. So, that can happen. But it stopped raining by the time the game started, and it was dry 90% of the first half. So you could tell the game plan was for CJ Carr to get his throws in while the opportunity presented itself. Unfortunately, he just wasn't feeling it. Did throw 62%. Throws. Yep, easy throws. Maybe the moment finally got to him this season. Had his adrenaline running, going high. He was just overthrowing things, even the short throws, just overthrowing, overextending, which is uncommon. But hey, you have to take those lumps when you're a redshirt freshman. And I'm sure he will bounce back at Chestnut Hill a week from Saturday. Micah, obviously Jeremiah Love, we talked about that, 9.5 yards a carry, 228 yards total. Jadarian Price had himself a day outside of the kickoff return, still had 87 yards, felt like more, probably because he threw 100 down on that kickoff return.
101.
Anything else stand out to you as far as the Notre Dame offense goes?
Can we consider kicking?
We can talk about kicking. Stood out in a bad way?
This needs to be a competition now. Nick Burnett and Eric Schmidt. That's all I got to say.
I don't know what to say because it's an abomination, unfortunately. Missed a easy extra point, just absolutely shanked it. He missed a PAT, but he missed a field goal as well, if I recall.
37 yards out.
Verify that. Yeah. Yep. 0 for 1 on a field goal, and then he missed an extra point. So, yeah, the next few weeks shouldn't be a concern for that.
Come playoff time, though, that's gotta
have it locked in for playoff time. But you wonder, against the competition we're playing the next 5 games, maybe we take the chance and just give them an opportunity. I don't know if it's Noah Burnett. Maybe it's Eric Schmidt. But whatever it is, one of them's got to get situated and comfortable because we will need them when the playoffs come. On the USC side of the offensive football, Michael, what stood out to you?
When Leonard Moore was guarding Micah Lemon, he held him to 28 receiving yards.
Awesome. Leonard Moore has to be our best defensive player, top to bottom. He's fast, he's long, and he is smart. Man, he was just flying all over the field. Yeah, we definitely shut down Micah Lemon. He ended up with 76 yards at 19 yards a catch, 4 catches on the day. Did get behind the defense once for a 42-yard reception. But yeah, all things considered, one of the best receivers in the country was pretty much locked down as far as that's game. And he gave up that big fumble on that ridiculous reverse pass that Lincoln Riley came out and said, boy, that was a mistake. We held Jaden Mayava to 52% passing, 328 yards, but a lot of those were chunk plays.
There's one play in the first quarter.
Got behind Christian
rolling
Gray.
out right, rolling out left, chucks the ball up.
Miracle.
Yeah.
Miracle. Christian Gray said I got to make a mention of it. One of our friends that sits by us, Caroline Stadl, wanted me to share how much her disdain is for Christian Gray. That takes us to the defense. Micah, we'll start with Christian Gray. He, had 5 tackles on the day, had a key interception, but man, USC just went after him just like they did last year. I think Christian Gray got the last laugh with that interception, but man, he's hot and cold, it seems like. And it always seems to be against USC. He has his moments from time to time. All things considered, he's still one of the top cornerbacks in the nation. But we can't really put a pinpoint on that. But
is he a sophomore or junior?
He's a junior. Yeah. Yep. He's got another year of eligibility if he wants to
stay.
He should stay. And we're going to have him and Leonard Moore again next year.
Leonard Moore's not going to stay.
Well, he's a sophomore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's got another year himself if he wants to. So, could have 2 years if he wanted to stick around that much. As far as the defense goes, Drake Bowen was all over the place. Elijah Hughes, the USC transfer, didn't show too much. 2 tackles, both solo tackles, but man, he was a disruption. It must be late because we're yawning already. Elijah Hughes had a huge game. Boubacar Traore was a force to be reckoned with. He did have a sack, but man, he was in the backfield all night long. Kingston William Asa, again, just flying all over the place. Tay Johnson between him and Drake Bowen, they might have had the defensive play of the game outside of the interceptions. Tay Johnson came running up from probably 30 yards away to make a tackle at the line of scrimmage. And Drake Bowen with the huge 4th down stop in the 4th quarter to kind of shut down any sort of run that USC might have gone on, but they did not. Let's see. Anything else stand out to you on defense?
Jason Onye getting good playing time.
Yeah, game of his life, I would say. Need more production from him. Need more. Again, not so much on the stat line, 4 tackles, which is good, but he was disruptive as far as just taking on blocks and letting the linebackers clog up the lane. That limited the USC running attack to just a total of 68 yards on the day. So Notre Dame's defensive physicality definitely won out. As far as defense goes for USC, they didn't have anybody that stood out. Desmond Stevens had 10 tackles. Bishop Fitzgerald had 10 tackles. The guy we said to look out for, Eric Gentry, 7 tackles. And then they had a defensive end that I'm already forgetting the name of. That really wasn't a factor as well. So
who was number 17?
That guy, DeCarlos Nicholson, defensive back.
Sounds like a talker.
Running his mouth. Jeremiah Love would throw down 30 yards on a run, and he'd be running his mouth. So you could tell both teams cared.
He had some big hits, too.
He did have some big hits. Too bad they weren't worth anything. But, as far as game stats, really, it didn't show in real time on the game, but Notre Dame was only 3 of 11 on 3rd down. And I don't, like I said, normally that stands out if that happens because we end up punting a lot, but we really didn't have to punt the football a whole lot. 4 times on the night. James Rendell averaged 49 yards a punt. Again, just a fantastic Aussie punter. Put another shrimp on the Barbie, my friend. We appreciate him. Notre Dame had 306 rushing yards. Penalties. My gosh. USC got called for 1 penalty for 5 yards. Notre Dame got called for 8 penalties for 96 yards. Now, that weighs heavily in favor of USC. It's easy as a Notre Dame fan to say there were some questionable pass interference calls. Fair enough. Again, the officiating was bad both ways. There was misholding. The very first drive of the game, Christian Gray should have been called for pass interference, and they didn't call it. So frustrating still, and now the whole stadium is on edge with every call that the officials make. It is I don't know. We talked about that enough last week, so let's move on from that. Oh boy. Yeah, so the one thing we saw that stood out more than anything else is just the emotional attachment that these teams have to this rivalry. They were jawing the whole time. USC played hard. They played physically. We were just the better team, and that's what set us apart. Better coach team at that. Micah, have we heard any more on Freeman and Riley's handshake after the game, whether it happened or not?
I haven't heard anything. I didn't see it happen.
I didn't see it. I was also distracted by the verbal scrum going on in front of us over towards the USC tunnel. So there was a bit of hubbubaloo at the end of the game between the two teams. And I think it was probably, based on what I witnessed, it was blown out of proportion. And based on some other accounts, Leonard Moore and Christian Gray went over to give their pleasantries to former Notre Dame safety, transfer safety out to USC, Kennedy Urlacher, buddy of yours. You got a glove of his?
No, he was supposed to give me one. He never gave me one.
He never gave you one.
Mm-hmm.
He saw you.
I don't need one, though.
That's okay. Got a shout out on Instagram or something. So they were going over to say hi to him, dab him up, and other USC players thought that the motives were different and started jawing. Our players thought, something's about to go down. So they ran over into the corner as well. Again, nothing physical, just a lot of verbal stuff. One of the coaches was going off on Max Bola, our linebackers coach. I don't know what came of that. That, again, rivalries, emotions are high. It could be the last one. We'll talk about that a little later as well. But nevertheless, emotions don't win football games. Strategy, good play calling, and physicality win rivalry football games. And I think that was made evident by what we experienced on Saturday night. The second half did not lend itself to passing the football because it was pretty much a downpour the entire second half. So again, lean into the run. Again, goes back to questioning why Lincoln Riley called a reverse pass. Made no sense. That's where, was it Schuler that caused that fumble?
I don't remember, but KVA
picked it up, and that was huge. That was huge. Lincoln Riley himself said it was a stupid call at the end of the game. All right. Well, Micah, before we go on, if you have questions, comments, make sure you throw them in the chat box there. We'll be sure to acknowledge them and bring them to your attention, answer any questions you have. Micah, as we wrap up this game, anything to say?
I hope this rivalry continues.
It needs to.
Yeah.
We'll get into that because I'm introducing a new segment tonight called the Hurry Up Offense. Micah, I have 4 questions for you.
Okay.
You don't know what they are?
No.
Nope.
I didn't even know we were doing this.
Yep. Surprise. It's a Hurry Up Offense. Got to be ready no matter what comes your way. All right. Micah, Hurry Up Offense. If we went out, we're 11-1.
10-2.
11-2, 10-2. Wow. It is late and I'm tired. 10-2. What are we seated in the playoff rankings?
6.
6?
Home playoff game.
Hosting a playoff game. It's becoming more and more of a possibility.
We still need teams to lose.
It would help us get a home playoff game.
Yeah.
I think if we went out, we're in
the playoffs. Yeah.
We're in, even if it's an away game. Excellent. Yeah. I think the committee will probably put a little more weight on those losses than what we would desire. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I believe that we are going to be a 9 seed going on the road against the 8 seed.
I think the first, when the first poll comes out, I think we'll be number 9.
Mm.
And then just because, I mean,
Go
the
from there.
committee kind of favors us a little.
A little bit. I hope so.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Hurry up offense. Play number 2 this Saturday. Big matchup. Texas A&M and the Brian Kelly-led LSU Tigers. Who gets the victory?
A&M.
A&M.
It should not be close, honestly.
I'm
Wait,
one
is it? I think it's at
LSU.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I am wondering if this Bayou Bengal team is going to implode. We saw it happen in 2016 with the Brian Kelly-led team. We've seen it happen in spurts in other seasons with Brian Kelly-led team. Let's be honest. The fan base down there is they're tired.
Do you think he'll be gone after this season?
They're not going to make the playoffs.
Mm-mm.
Not with the schedule they have upcoming. That would be 0 for 4 in playoffs. He has won all 3 of the bowl games he's been to.
That's just bowl games, though.
But here's the thing. Brian Kelly's a talker. He knows how to talk. He knows how to convince people that we're right there. We're right there. We got it after every loss in the 11 or 12 years he coached at Notre Dame, to the point to where I was bought in nonstop. And eventually, it's got to stop. You have to win. That's what matters.
Wasn't this year's first season opening win?
Yes. Yep. Lost his first game, his first 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think A&M pulls out the victory. I think it's going to be close, personally. But I just don't think that LSU offense can do anything. And that Texas A&M defense is solid. Is solid. So I'm right there with you. Okay, hurry up offense number 3. Better in stadium song. Living on a Prayer, Mr. Brightside, or Shipping Up to Boston.
Oh, all right, Mr. Brightside.
Mr. Brightside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It gets everybody going. It's funny. That song came out, 21 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. Classic. Who would have thunk back in 2004, 2005? Maybe it was 2006. I'm forgetting. But, man, who would have thought in 2008 that Living on a Prayer would have been the hit that it is? But, yeah, I think I can go with you there, Mr. Brightside. Best in stadium song. All right. To wrap up the hurry up offense. Ideal USC matchup. What is the ideal USC matchup? Date, place, and time.
I think it always has to be a night game.
Perfect. I agree.
Well, I think it's got to be a night game for us, because if it's a night game for them,
that's late.
Yeah,
it'd be a night game for us.
Yeah.
It'd be like a 4:30 kickoff for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that it's got to switch that every year. You said when?
Date.
I think October works.
Like what we're doing now?
October and November.
Okay.
The switching thing. And then what was the other one?
Place. I think that's easy. Home stadiums.
Yes.
Right.
Do not be doing neutral sites.
No neutral sites. Nope, not worth it. I agree with everything but the date. I want this game to be on Thanksgiving weekend every year. Whoever's the home team, Thanksgiving weekend, rivalry weekend. You got so many good matchups going that day. Such a good day of football. Come on, let's do it. Quit being pansies out there in Southern California and come up here and play some football. Maybe it'll snow like Boston College in, 2023?
Mm-hmm.
Never snowed as much in a game than what I did there. It was fantastic. Yeah, good job, Micah. For the first time we went through the hurry up offense.
Mm-hmm.
You sweating?
It's kind of hot in here.
Oh, okay. Well, no pressure then, right?
No.
Okay, good. All right, friends. Micah, do you have anything to add tonight? Last time you had like 3 things every time I went to wrap up.
I do have one thing.
Okay. Micah's got the floor.
The Florida asking Marcus Freeman to be their head coach, and that he said absolutely not.
Instant no.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Urban Meyer who said, as he was exiting the Florida program in 2010 or 11, they needed to invest in their facilities, and there has been no investment. sense. They are trailing behind in many factions. And yeah, how hilarious. Marcus Freeman is the best man for the Notre Dame football job.
Mm-hmm.
He is all in on everything that is Notre Dame.
I think the only head coaching job he would accept is Ohio State.
Accept or consider? I don't even know if he would accept it. He would have to take a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like the one thing I'll say is there's no climate difference, honestly. You're still playing in the cold.
And the only difference is alma mater.
His alma mater. Yeah. As far as NIL and resources and facilities, Notre Dame's right there with Ohio State. Obviously, the shoe holds a little bit more people, but
definitely a lot.
Not going to matter. I would venture to say the way things are trending, he's probably going to get a healthy raise at the end of the year. With
think it'll be more than Cignetti?
If we go further in the playoffs than IU, yes. I think you have to. You have to, because other teams are going to be paying. We already have Florida open. We already have Penn State open. UCLA is open. I mean, for what it's worth. People are going to be stroking checks for good football coaches. And I got to imagine Notre Dame's going to be right there because they don't want to put themselves in a position behind the 8 ball and find themselves, chasing other teams. Mm-hmm. Somebody will come in with money. And I think when Ryan Day, and I say when Ryan Day goes to the NFL, it'll happen. They will come after Marcus Freeman and they will offer him $15 million a year. That's a lot of money.
Notre Dame beat that?
So Notre Dame's interesting. Number one, it's a private school. So they don't have to disclose to the public what they pay. I think most people come up with that information on tax returns, personal tax returns. He's in the range of 10 to 11 now. The other thing about being the Notre Dame head coach, there's so many opportunities outside of that salary to get paid. Between speaking engagements and endorsement deals. I mean, he's really the face of coaching in college football right now. So he's got plenty of opportunities to make money. So if anything, that may save Notre Dame if Ohio State was to offer the bank to him. But yeah, he's our coach, and I'm so glad. Micah, anything else tonight?
I don't think so.
Oh, man. Short of words. Man, a few words tonight. That's all right. Hey, it's late. We're tired. We're ready for a bye week. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Again, can't thank you enough. We're going to wrap up tonight, and we will be back next Wednesday with a preview of the Boston College Slaughter Fest that it's going to be against the Bill O'Brien coached Screaming Eagles of Boston College. I'm the Dad.
And I'm the Lad.
You're listening to the Dad and Lad podcast.